Another one, John, is mentor. What do you think about the importance of a mentor?
Boy, I think that is so important. But I got to say, you know, as an entrepreneur, I had trouble finding mentors. But I see certainly the value, because I think a mentor can tell you the path ahead and what to worry about, what not to worry about. And one of the things I learned that I thought was really interesting just a few years ago is the value of digital mentors, which, you know, now you can find people that are as a profession mentors, and they'll give you a daily email. Maybe they do a weekly podcast, and the information they impart is amazingly helpful. And so, you know, I think that is maybe the route to go often for an entrepreneur. But if you can have a live person, way better. And I know you had some early in your teaching career.
Well, one thing that goes through my mind is being an entrepreneur sometimes is a lonely job.
It is.
It is. I mean, you don't have people around you. You don't have a crack staff. You don't have a bunch of senior people who have been there and done that for 20 years, and you're kind of inheriting some of what they did.
Right.
So it's being a leader in an entrepreneurial situation, being a successful entrepreneur is tough work, and we both know you are successful, and that's wonderful. But we both know that a lot of entrepreneurs are not successful. It's a high-risk game. And one of the risks, I think, literally comes from just what you're mentioning, the access to mentors.
Right.
It's not quite as easy. When I came to the University of Texas, you know, we had 5,000 faculty members here, and we had a crack staff led by George Kosmetsky, who had founded Teledyne Corporation, was on Gulf Oil's board, was a larger shareholder in Dell. Wow, I could go down to his office and get help anytime I wanted to. That's pretty good, you know.
But how did you make that happen?
Well, I made that happen because I went down to his office. And I was doing some things that he liked. I was doing some things with multimedia and at the time, innovative ways to teach. And he got excited about that. Remember what I said earlier? I made a decision that I was going to focus on my teaching.
Right.
George liked that. He was interested in it. He started to fund it. He started coming to my office occasionally. Boy, was that interesting.
Right,
you know?
I bet it was.
And all of a sudden, you know, I had a mentor. And then I had a mentor in Peter Flawn, the president of the University of Texas at Austin. That was a pretty good mentor.
Right.
And so I was lucky enough, and there were a lot of others, Cy Schwartz, Ed Cundiff, there was just a whole list of them. But I did reach out. I did want to. And some of what's interesting to me is some of the faculty in the marketing department resented that. They did. Mm-hmm. I got questioned by faculty members saying, why are you having lunch with the chairman?
Right.
And I said, because he's a lot more important than you are. That's why I'm having lunch with the chairman.
Good idea.
You know, it's a good idea, and I'd suggest you come along. You're happy to have you. More the merrier.
Right.
And so it was the same thing with, I got to know George and got to know Peter Flawn, and those people were very helpful to me. And that was nothing but learning from people who had been there and done it.
Right,
That's
right.
what it was. It was as simple as that. Nothing else, no other real agenda. But on the other hand, they were thrilled to death to offer help.
I bet they were.
A lot of people. I love to help young people.
Absolutely.
It's
absolutely
a treasure for me.
You know, one of the lessons we shared in class was I was telling you that my next door neighbor here in Austin went to UT Law School. And when he graduated, he joined one of the big law firms. And the way he acquired a mentor was by going in on Saturdays and mirroring the hours that the top partners were working. And just from that proximity on the weekends, they became friends and became his mentors, and that caused him to be really successful because he had people guiding the way and looking after him.
Well, the legendary George Kosmetsky, who was our legendary dean in every way, George got to the office. I never could beat him to the office. I couldn't get to, whether he slept here, I don't know what the deal was, but he was here by 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'd get here at 4:45 and he was already here. But he was impressed that I was knocking on his door at 5 o'clock in the morning asking him for help.
Absolutely.
He wasn't mad. He was happy to see me. And there weren't a lot of other people standing in line at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I'm thinking you were the first one there.
I was the first one there and only one there.
Right.
And so we developed a relationship, but it was a proactive effort on my part. But he was very responsive and wanted to help.